Hi guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday. It's Tuesday, July 28th, 2015, and this is Jennifer. I'm going to hold these guys as long as they will let me, which is probably not going to be very long. Like I said, there goes Ramses. Sorry I was not here last week. I just had a really rough Tuesday and decided that I was going to take the day off, so I did. And I'm back this week with kittens, and I do have some show and tell to share with you guys, and I have a few things to talk about, so let's do it. So I did finish all the blocks for my sister's Project of Doom quilt, but I do not have them on the wall because I've had a crazy week and I have barely been in this room. The reasons I have been in this room I will share with you in just a minute. What I did get was the castle fabric for my sister's quilt. I'm going to do the layout 1, which is the solid castle, and I will insert a picture here of what I think it will look like. This has got all of her blocks. And here, we'll do it this way. We'll put a picture here. This is all of her blocks plus the darker purple castle shape. I may put something at the top, but I haven't decided yet. The top center is a 10-inch square, so I might put something extra up there, but like I said, I haven't decided yet. So Gareth is going to be a senior this year, and if you guys have been watching my videos for a while, then you know that he was, I think, in middle school when I started doing these videos. It's been a long time, and he's come a long way, and there's a lot going on. Something I didn't tell you because I wasn't here last week was he and his dad went to California to visit Caltech, which is the top couple in his list of schools he'd really like to go to. And so anyway, so it's his senior year. He got his letter jacket. He lettered in band and in academics, and so the letter jacket came, and when we ordered the jacket, the company put on the letter patch. They put his name on the back. They put on his band, his date of graduation, and his band patch. And so he had an academic patch, and he had a patch from marching in the Sugar Bowl 2 or 3 years ago, his freshman year, and he wanted those added. So I added this patch. This is his letter jacket. So I added this patch, and I added this patch. I was really worried about doing this, but when I went to the place with him to get fitted, I asked how hard it was going to be to add these, and they said they had a person that did it, but that if I sewed, I could probably do it myself, and I'm trying to show you why. The bottom, this is the bottom across, like here is the rib knit stuff, and at the bottom across, it unzips, the lining actually unzips, so you can get in there and sew the sleeve without having to sew through the lining. And I actually did this on my Juki. I just straight stitched around. If you can, hopefully you can't even see because I just used a white thread on that one. And this one I matched, you can see it a little bit better on this one. I just matched this background, which is the same thing they did on these patches. So that is done for him to start his senior year in August. Do you guys remember a couple weeks ago I showed you this hat that my daughter made? Last week, I guess a week and a half ago, right after I filmed that, she made these with my help. I helped her figure out how to do it. These are just spats. These will go over her tennis shoes. So this is part of her costume for RTX, which it's a long story, but if you know what it is, you know what it is, and if you don't, it makes no sense whatsoever. So she has been rediscovering sewing. I taught both of my kids to sew on a sewing machine when they were little, and we used to sew every summer, but it's been several years since she sat down at a sewing machine, and she was sewing on my Juki, but we were talking about possibly sending her to school with a machine, and she has asked me to go with my Singer 301A, which is the machine she learned to sew on, and so I have decided to let her take it. I actually have two of them. I have one that I haven't used in 5 or 6 years that my grandma gave me, and it's been sitting in the closet. So probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to give her the one that I usually use as my to-go machine, and that will be her machine while she's at school, because she is getting her first apartment this year and next month, and I will pull out the black one and get it all cleaned up and make sure everything still works, and then that will be my to-go machine. The last thing I have to show you guys is kind of huge. We have had the same furniture forever and ever, and incidentally, just a fun fact, Jules and I have exactly the same furniture that we bought at the same, more or less the same time, and had no idea that we were buying the same furniture. The only difference is I have the sofa and the chair and a half, and I think she has the sofa and the love seat, but we have the same furniture, same color, same brand, same everything. Anyway, so we had originally intended to get new furniture probably this fall, But since we have kittens now, we have decided to wait until they have really good manners. They're actually really good. They're not really scratching on the furniture, but I would rather not test that on brand new furniture. So we've decided just to give them about a year to learn good manners, and then we'll get a new sofa. Our sofa is like probably 15 years old, and it's lived through a lot of cats and a lot of children jumping on it and sleeping on it and crawling all over it, and it had just seen better days. So the thing that really pushed me over was, this is the cover from one of the sofa cushions. These were, you see this giant hole here? These are just covers that were stuffed with polyfill, and this wore out a while back. And for a while I had it turned to the back. And then that happened. And so I hadn't done anything with it because to fix this I had to take all the polyfill out. And we were just kind of leaving it alone, and it was not leaking or doing anything weird. And then you got kittens, and Ramsey started reaching his paw in and pulling the polyfill out, which he loved to play with, and I had it all over my floor, so I decided it was time to do something about this. So since we just want to make this sofa last another year or two, I went to Joann's and I found the closest thing I could to this fabric, which actually turned out to be twill. This is like twill you'd make pants out of. So I bought enough of this to cover all the 3 big cushions. There are 2 on the sofa and 1 in the chair. And then I wanted about 4 more yards, but they didn't have 4 more yards, so I bought everything they had, and then I found a remnant, which I was really excited about. There was a yard remnant of the same thing, so I have enough to do all but 1 seat cushion, I think. So I've done the 3 big cushions, and I still need to do the seat cushions. I also bought, for the first time ever, a 10-pound box of polyfill because I wanted to stuff these new, because the pillow stuffing was, you know, 15 years old, getting a little flat. This is the one that goes on the chair. It's giant. It's a chair and a half. I just measured the other cushion. I adjusted a little bit because it had clearly stretched in places, and then I measured the chair and I just sketched the whole thing out, and I made a big flat pattern. I actually made a pattern out of freezer paper, and you can see that the bottoms are boxed a little bit, but the tops are kind of pointed. I actually rounded these with a spool of thread. I just made it a little round so I wouldn't have to deal with a point there. So anyway, that's 2 couch cushions and a chair cushions, 10 pounds of polyfill, and I had a really good day at Joann's. I had 40% off the twill, which was the sale, and then I had a 50% off coupon for the polyfill, which was good because those boxes are really expensive. And then my daughter was with me, and I did not know this, but apparently Joann's gives a student discount, and the cashier asked me if I had a teacher or student discount, and I said I'm not a teacher or a student, and my daughter said I'm a student, and she's like, show me your ID, and she did, and we got an additional discount off of everything that we bought that day, which was awesome. So I also used upholstery thread on that, which is really thick, and I did I sewed around the whole thing once, and then I sewed around the whole thing again just so it has 2 layers of protection inside, and I left an opening about like that, stuffed the whole thing, and then hand stitched it closed. You can see a little bit of my stitching right. I don't know if you could see it. I did a little hand stitching right there. The original cushions had a giant zipper on the bottom, and I just decided it was not worth my time to do that. If I need to get into these, I will take the hand stitching out and I will re-hand stitch it. I didn't want to install zippers for something that I'm probably only going to use for a year or 2. So anyway, those are done. I Scotch guarded them, and I actually got a shout out from Scotch Guard because I posted pictures of these on my Instagram and I tagged Scotch Guard, so that was cool. And they've been in use since the day that I made them, so I actually pulled this off the chair to bring it upstairs to show you guys. So a little bit of housekeeping at the end of this video. I am doing the prize for this month for Talk to Me Tuesday, so if you post videos on ttmt.livejournal.com, I have swapped with Hard Hat Cat, and I'm going to be taking the prize this month. So what I'm going to do, since we kind of arranged that halfway through the month, what I've decided is I am going to make something or a box of something for the person that wins. I promise you it'll be good, whatever it is. I'm gonna make the prize for the person. So whether I send you some supplies or I make you a thing, it will be just for you. So make sure you do share your videos on ttmt.livejournal.com to be entered to win that, and that winner will be announced next Tuesday. More exciting TTMT news. We are going to have a swap in August. We have not had a swap in a really long time. So probably beginning of next week, I will post signups for that. I will have details in the signup. So Everything you need to know about how the swap is going to work will be in the sign-up information. The stipulation will be the same as all TTMT swaps, which we haven't done one in about a year, so you may not know what those are. You have to make 2 videos in the month preceding at least. If you're an old TTMTer and you haven't posted a video in a while, just post a video this week and you can swap with us. You don't have to go do a video this week and video next week. The reason I do that is I don't want someone coming in next week who's never done a video and joining the swap. What I will do is that swap will be members only, and I will close memberships until the swap is filled up. And then, so if you've already posted one video, post the video this week and you're in. So if you haven't posted a video yet, it's too late to sign up for this because you would have to do a video last week and a video this week. So I just do that to keep our swappers safe. I don't want someone joining and not being a good swapper and flaking and taking things and not giving things back. So I'm just really careful about that. The next thing is a smartphone quilt along on Fandom and Stitches. It's going to start in August. 3 weeks from tomorrow, is that right? Yes, 3 weeks from tomorrow. So tomorrow will be the Project of Doom archive. It's going to have its own archive now because there are so many patterns. And then the next week will be the Project of Doom Design Invitational, and then the week after that will be week 1 of the Smartphone Quilt Along, entirely designed by Jennifer Rolls, and she has, I believe it's 54 patterns that you can pick and choose from, and a quilt layout so you can build your own smartphone quilt. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope a lot of people jump in and have fun with it because she's worked super hard on it. The last bit of news is mine. I am participating in an EQ row along. So it's a row along that was designed in EQ7, and basically the way it works, it's a lot of words, basically the way it works is each designer created an entire row. So you will get to see my row in, I believe, September. I will probably start teasing you guys in August. So anyway, it is a seasons row along, so every row is a seasonal theme. I will not tell you what mine is yet, but it is a seasonal theme. There are going to be amazing giveaways, guys. Fantastic giveaways. The sponsors for this is an EQ row along, so the sponsors are big sponsors, so you guys definitely consider jumping in and playing along with this, and I will have lots more of that in the weeks to come. That's it. This is a crazy long video because I wasn't here last week, and you guys, I missed you. Thank you for your patience and me not posting last week. Be sure and post your videos for a chance to win, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.